All right, hello. And let's see here. Are we good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me just fine? Let's see here. All right, so let's see. Is this mic working properly? It should be. So, let me just, it's been a minute since I did the whole streaming thing. And that's because everything failed. But, we're gonna get started. We're gonna try and do everything. We're gonna build the White City because, as you can see, I have the book. I have the set. So let's start with book number 1. So I hope everybody's had an amazing day. I hope your weekend's going well. Let's get started. So, come on, get out. Thank you. Bag number 1 away. Bag number 1 is open. These are tiny parts and pieces. We will need to open this too because the first step requires a small piece. That's always a fun, good sign that this is going to be a little bit fun. So, first things first. We need a rounded quarter. Slap that down. Orient it like it is in the glorious manual of instruction. Get all the small pieces out that are inevitably going to go all over my floor because it's Lego. And click that into place. And we are officially started. So, let's see here. We are going to need next up, because I am awesome and blind, I need to pull this book just a tiny bit closer. We're going to want this oriented like that. We're going to slap that here. We're going to want a flat. That is not a flat. Where is the flat? Is it in here? Am I going to really have to open all of these? Y'all all gonna end up all over my floor. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be all over my floor. I have to scoop you all up. And click. And we're gonna want the other corner piece. I see it right there. And next up, we are actually, so let's see, that is a 1 by 3, 6, 8. 3, 6, 8. We're going to want this one. And then we're also going to want, is this the one? No, it's not. We need the other half. Is this the one? Yes. And then this goes right here. Wha-bam. We're done with the first page. The first of many, many pages in this big old set. I think that, let's see, this is a 220 page booklet, and it's 1 of 3. So we are gonna be here building this thing, being awesome, and generally just being amazing. So let's see here. We're gonna want you. It's kind of a 2-studded flat piece, and we're gonna slap it right in. Bit of a change up. Is that a... That is... Indeed, it's... Is it one of these? Don't think so. Looks like it, but it's not. I think I want one of those. Brick, you can move away. Let's see here. I guess this is the only piece that fits. So we're just gonna put it there. Then that goes right there. Gotcha. All right. And then we're also gonna want 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 4. And that's gonna line up like that. Next up, we're going to want that to go there. And then this will go here. You gotta wonder what they're gonna do when they have you putting a bunch of flat pieces around. Because sometimes they can do crazy things with them, and sometimes it's just like, well, that's boring. So we're gonna click that on. And we're gonna want a tiny little single quarter, and that's gonna go right there. I know that's not the most exciting step, but it is what it is. This is Lego. Not every step is amazing, but they are all necessary. So next up, we want one of these right here. This step and this step, they could have been one step. Shame on you, Lego. 2, 3, and 4. And then this goes like that. All right, we're getting somewhere. So let's see here. Clicky, clicky. You know what? Did I send out a message? I don't think I sent out a message. Let's... Alright, so there we go. That's good enough. I am all over the place tonight. I don't know why. Might just be the summer heat, but we'll see. So, click, and bam. Alright, so we want another square piece right there. Being awesome, being fun. Let's see. We also want quarter piece right here. These quarter pieces don't always stay stable until you can put another piece in. And get it all locked in. So let's see. We are going to page flip. And we're going to want another quarter. And it looks like we're doing something similar to what we did in the beginning right here. There we go. Bam. should be another piece. There it is. I knew I saw it. And we're gonna want, if I can find it, because it's all tiny pieces, and tiny pieces are always fun to try and find. And we're gonna, oh, passed the wrong one. Well, bam. Alright, so now we're gonna use the other half of this wombo combo. And you're over here somewhere. Here you are. Lock this down just a little bit further. And that's important because that gives us this location, this piece, and this piece. How does that look? That looks good enough. And that just kind of slots on right there. That good solid base in place. We put this one right here. Is there one longer? I feel like I guess it fits. Make sure it's good and solid in there, because nothing's worse than putting a piece on and having 30 pieces spray everywhere because it wasn't down tight enough. So we're gonna want this to go here. That's gonna kind of hit everything, and we're gonna want 4 of these little dark gray bits. And we're just gonna put them in, make everything lie sort of flat on the table. And that is a 12. That goes right there. And that goes under there. Alright, next up, we're going to want some of these funky little hole-shaped pieces. And we're going to put little markers in them. And these guys are going to slot in right here. Not really sure what they're going to do with it, but you got to trust the process. Alright. Next up, a couple more spots. And then we're going to want 2 of these little single square studs with some of these flats. Click. And from there, we're going to want to put this one long piece right there, and that's going to kind of lock everything down on that end. And that's how we want to do that. And this is how we want to do this. On we go. Alright, so that's that. So next up, 2x3s, bit of an odd shape. but it is what it is. And then some squares. Everything's square in Lego, isn't it? I guess calling stuff squares is not the most descriptive bit. You and you. You go right there, you go right there. Hello, Nacho. How's everything going? Flip. Alright, a lot of tiny pieces. Okay, okay. So we are gonna... Oh, that's a lot of pieces actually. We're gonna have to go nice and slow on this step. Well, let's see, you overslept, so now you're super awake, but it's good that you are catching up on your sleep debt. Because that can bite you in the butt if you don't. Trust me, I've had it happen before. It's not the best feeling in the world to wake up from a sleep debt nap. Is that everything? Nope. We gotta put the black studs. Black studs. They go right here. Is that a black stud? Yes, it is. It goes right here. Right here. And what are we building? We are building the Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith Lego set. It comes in at a whopping, oh, let's see here. $8,278 Lego pieces of varying shapes and sizes. We're currently in book 1, step 22 of 3 books total. So we will be doing this for a while. And no, you can't eat my Legos. I spent a lot of money on my Legos. Go buy your own. My plastic to eat. Alright, so, next step. Couple of weird pieces. One goes here. I think one goes here. No, you can't have my expensive plastic. Go eat your Mega Bloks plastic. I think you, and I think you go here. Kinda, sorta, I hope. It could be a bit difficult to judge the distance on the Legos at times. I'm working on seeing if well, there's a reason that they don't fit in your mouth, Nacho. It's because you're gonna eat them if they do. But yeah, I'm working on seeing if I can make the Lego brick visualizer show up on stream. So So we are gonna kinda hope I can get that working, because it would look a lot better visually if you guys could see better which step I'm on. Maybe next stream. But for now, clicky clicky. Oh, the ads will finish up in just a second. But it looks like the bot's doing a little roasting of you, Nacho. Hooray! Alright, so next up, we are just making sure everything's good and snug and secure and looks right, and okay. Next up, we are going to want 2 of these long, smooth blocks. Thank you. Sometimes the well, have you eaten today, Nacho? Or are you... We should market it as Lego Building ASMR. It's nice to listen to. Yeah. I don't really know what to market it as, you know? It's like, is it Lego Building? Is it Lego ASMR? Is it just a waste of time that people don't want to watch? But it is what it is, and you need to actually go eat. Gatorade Zero is not going to keep your blood sugar stable. It's more than likely going to actually do the opposite. Well, it keeps dropping because you don't eat. Maybe if you ate something, you wouldn't have blood pressure drops. Or blood sugar drops, or whatever it is this week that you're having a medical issue with. Alright, have fun, Nacho. Thanks for stopping by. Tell your friends. Alright, so we're just going to finish up this floor pattern. It annoys me that it's not symmetrical. I mean, it is, but it's different lengths symmetrical. Let's see here. So next up is more flats. That goes right there. Bam. And this goes right here. Bam. Simply snap that here, snap that here, and we're gonna round off the edge just slightly. It doesn't fit perfectly. There's a gap between these two pieces. Like a why? Why is there a gap? annoying. It better be a good reason for it later on. Alright. Anyway. So now we gotta build 2 walls. There's 1. And there's 2. Click and clack. And then these go this way with the spots facing out. These little cornery pieces and these little cornery pieces go in like that. Now we gotta build 2 little, I guess, retaining walls is the best way to describe these. And then for some reason there's a random brick piece at the top. But anyway, that all fits together. Kind of just lock it all together with a 2x4. And then let's see here. Bam. 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 Those go right here, I think. They're not perfect, but they'll do the job. So we've got a couple of leftovers. So as is tradition, the extras go in the first bag, just in case. But now we're on to bag number 2. Okay, so first things first, coming out of the gate swinging by having to open up the mini bags. So the one thing you will see in this kit, there is a lot of weight. That's just because, yo, there goes one. There's always a runner. Come here, you. Oh, gotcha. There's a lot. It's always the mini pieces that run too. Darn, I'm out of Dr. Pepper. Okay. Time to bring out the Diet Coke. Alright, so, step one is to, that's a single piece of this, and one of these. And then that goes like this. Along with a dot here. Alright, hello Pollo. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for the lurk. Lurks are always appreciated. Lurks are what keep the channel going. So lurk as long as you want. Ask any questions you want. If an ad pops up, I do have a little bot that'll throw some AI generated nonsense into the chat. That's always a mixed bag to read, so other than that, enjoy the stream. Let's see, I think will you fit? Yes. You will fit the way I need you to. Here we are. So we're gonna want this piece, and we're gonna want its little tiny cousin. To go right here. Some of these little single studs. You are not a single stud, you are a single smooth. I need an actual stud. I'm gonna click in here, click in here. Let's see here. I think that's everything for this step. Yes, flip. Okay. Oh, that's tiny. That's tiny. That's tiny. That's tiny. Okay. Either that or I'm just getting old. It's probably getting old more than anything else. These are grates. So where is the other grate? Grates are annoying because they can hide inside bigger bricks. So sometimes you gotta hunt them down, you know? Here. This guy goes here, and there you are. You're gonna go here. And then we're also gonna want you to go here, and you to go here. Going to kind of make the hole for our door. So that's going to be a little unstable until we can get some structural reinforcement going on. 90-degree stuff right on the end. Look like horns. And we're gonna wanna get some more flats. Go. I'm gonna stagger them. So that locks those 90 degrees in place. Now, for some reason, they're making us put two studs, one on top of each other, instead of just giving us a half tall like they have in other sets. And I know they make them. Come here, you. Don't you run. No one escapes me. Hello, Red. How is everything? Hello, Lithia. Yes. Many block. How's everybody doing tonight? And I hope everybody's also enjoying their wonderful weekend. How am I doing? I am hot and I am tired, but there are Legos to build, so I'm gonna ignore all that. Click. So that arch is all solid now. That should stay in place. And we are gonna get some 90-degree blocks somewhere. There's the other one. And some gray 90-degree blocks. And those are gonna fit right in there. So that's what we're looking like on that side. So now we just kind of keep building up. Now, keep in mind this is one of the lowest bits of the entire build. This is going to be a very tall build. I'm not gonna lie, I may not be able to fit everything onto the camera towards the end, but I will do my best on that. I wish I could also have a better positional camera for this stuff too, but cameras is expensive. Brick rigs? No, I don't think I've seen it. It may have popped up on my screen, but I barely pay attention to the games that Steam recommends me. Steam's always recommended me weird games. Or maybe I've already wishlisted it. I don't remember. So, 4, and there should be one more of these little round tops somewhere. Here it is. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so these go with the flat side facing out. Gotcha. car, boat, trucks, trains, yep, all the major vehicles categories. Alright. And then we're going to want a couple more studs, 4 more to be exact. And we're going to put these on top of the one normal sized 1x1s. A lot of tiny little detail on all of these Lord of the Rings sets, actually. The Shire kit and the Barad-dûr kit also had a lot of nice small details. On the sets. Alright, so next up, a couple more of these corners. Alright, yeah, that works. Then we're going to top it off with some flats. Here it is. And we're gonna just pop it right in here. And got a runner. Come here, you. There we go. All right. So next step is we take our Coke, we open our Coke, and we drink our Coke. Because sometimes you want a little fizzy fizz, you know? Alright, so we're going to want you, the white one in the middle, surrounded by 2 black ones. On top of each of those, we're going to have a sloped stud of their corresponding color. So white to white, black to black. And we're going to make 2 of these. There you are. There's the white one. The black one, you know, sometimes I wish I had a different colored table. That way the black pieces wouldn't be so difficult to see whenever I needed to get them. It was a pain in the butt with the Barad-dûr set. Everything is black on that one. But I got it built. It's up on my YouTube. It's up on the tubes. And that's gonna slot in just right there. Okay. So that's what we're looking at on that end. So now we're going to build out this door frame just a tiny bit more. 2 long sloped sticks. Nothing too fancy here, just putting sloped pieces onto a 1x8 or 1x10, I guess I should say, because there's 5 of them going on. That, and let's see here, we're gonna do a little flip. We're gonna do another another column. So this one's actually going to be a 1x3 on top of a 1x10, probably to match it up with the other existing pieces. And then at the end, because it's an odd number, there's going to be a sloped stud. So click, click, clack. Let's see here. There's that final white stud. And these guys are going to go right on the outside. So let's see here. Click and clack. That's what that looks like. So we're gonna fit. Alright, so we're gonna be making 2 on this next step. So, nothing too fancy here. But I will have to make sure that I'm doing them both at one time. Otherwise it'll look like the video is just kind of repeating itself, and people get confused by that apparently. So I gotta do both pieces at the same time. And I am not kidding about that confused part. People have DM'd me asking why the video repeats itself at certain points on other Lego sets I've built. And I have to explain to them that it's not glitching out, I just have to build the exact same piece several times. The Lego set book does not make them individual steps. Come on, you. Click in. There we go. Alrighty. So make sure those are all snug and snug. And we are gonna snap you in. You're gonna go right here. That. Viewership took a bit of a nosedive. That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure people have other things to do. But I'm just happy they decided to show up into the stream for a few minutes and give me a look-see-do. I know there's probably plenty of other people that they can watch. All right, welcome back, Red. Snap that in. Snap this in. And let's see here. All right. Minimize that. Discord's really got to stop pinging in my ear when it sends me a text. I'm on streamer mode. It should not be popping me with music. Okay, so so these go to the side for now, and we are gonna build another two-step. Why they used a flower here. If you look at it, it's a little flower petal, it's just gray. So I wonder what the advantage to using this over a just regular circular stud provides. Yeah, flowers are nice, but Lego doesn't always have the best variety for their flowers. I kind of wish there was a way to have more flower types, you know? But it is what it is. Okay, so then more flowery bits. And that would slap these guys on this end. So now we kind of just put the two bits together and we put a bar on the back, and it kind of holds it together for now. Make sure everything's orientated correctly. Okay, so, and now we bring these guys back into the picture. And kind of squeeze that in there. It's a bit of a weird fit because it's not fitting into a stud, it's fitting into a, it's fitting into like a loosely fitting piece. So it's not really snug until we can get it slotted in. Locked down. This gate is put together in a weird way. It's not really secure too well. You want to get one of the Lego flower sets? Yeah, I think they do have a giant bouquet, like a life-size bouquet. I think that one looks pretty nice, but yeah. There's a few other Lego sets I want to get before I get the flowers, if I ever get the flowers. Alrighty, looks like we're finishing up with bag number 2. So we're just gonna kind of get everything set up. Yeah, Lego money is money. Like, there is a reason I do not do Lego streams nearly as often as I want to. And then extra bits and pieces. Sent to the extra bag. All right. Bag number 3 of a lot. I think there's like 65 to 70 bags in this set. So, hooray for that. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot, but sometimes the bag will just have like 10 pieces in it, and then sometimes the bag will have like 100 pieces in it. So the bag, there's no consistent amount of Legos in a bag, if that makes sense. Alright, so we're going to want, is it you? No, we're going to want you. These tiny little weird pieces. We're gonna pop you in. It says it's a 2 times, so we're gonna work on 2 of these at a time. Alright, and it looks like we're hitting an ad break. Okay. goes there, which means we now have the space to put bricks here and here. Alright, and then we're going to want this guy to go here, and this guy to go here. Next up, we're going to want some of these 90 degrees. And we're going to want one of these rounded 1x2s. And we're going to top that off with a 90 degree 1x2. And that's going to go right on our spot like that. So now we just got to duplicate it. Gotcha. Like that. And we're gonna hit here. Alright. This, and there should be one more. It's right here. Yes, click, bam. Why not just Lego? Your decisions confuse me sometimes. Alrighty. So we're gonna want 2 of these actually. Click here and then click here. There should be one more. Here it is. Come here. Gotcha. Alright. Click. So we need a lot of these little corner bits. They're trying to run. They're not getting away. All right, and then click, clack. Bam. 3, 4, and 5. Should be, here it is. You here. Fit right here, if I'm reading this right. Click. Alright, so both of them done. We're on to the next step, which is of these, 2 of these. Click that. That. Go. There we go. And these guys are going to go right on here. So now we got to do that again. Because we need 2 on each side. And there's 2 total, so we're going to need 2 more. The piece we're looking for is right here somewhere. Here it is, right in front of my face. Because I am blind and I cannot see things too goods. Alright, so now we just give it a couple of these sidings. I'm going to need 16 of these total. Hopefully there's enough. There should be enough. Lego is usually pretty good about making sure you have everything you need to build the set, but sometimes stuff happens, you know? So the big piece goes on the bottom. There we go. Go. And flip the page. All right. There's that. That. And there's that. All right. So another 2-step. These are probably the tops of these 2 towers. Boom, 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 and boom. 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 Boom and boom. All right, we're gonna flip these over. Make sure everything's orientated like it is in the pictures, because if you don't, stuff will be looking weird. These go right in the middle. go. Come on. There we go. Sometimes these pieces just need a little bit of encouragement. There we go there. Okay. So let me see. That goes like that. This goes like this. And these kind of just, I guess, hold it in place. So these come out. I guess you can put a little Lego guy in there to kind of man the gate, or so to speak. Alright, there we go, there's that. Alright, bag number 4. It looks like we're also going to need this extra bag as well. So we'll put him off to the side. So first things first, here's our first minifig. Slap him down. We are not going to slap him down because what we need is in the extras. Put that extras bag off to the side, and what we're going to need in here we're going to need the white one. I like the look of that. That'll probably be brought out later though, so I'll shove everything back in here. And you're gonna go over with that. So, let's see. And the piece we need for the minifig is in this. That now, you go there. Alright, so we should have enough to put together the first minifig. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the pants, we're going to take the shirt, put them together. Next up comes the cape. And then the beard. The majestic mane, the head, clicks in, and then this, and then this. Work with me. Gandalf the White. So he's gonna go over here for now. I wonder what this does. I'll figure it out later. You go here. Flip. And there is Shadowfax. Horse doesn't really want to stay stable. I think that did it. Okay. All right. Next step. Sword in here. I think that's Gandalf's sword. So you can go over there. Alright, so next step. So this step requires 6 of the same piece. That's always fun. 3, 4, and where is the last one? There it is. 5. Okay, so each of these gets one of these. Alright, so this may take a second. Gotcha. Studs are always fun. Click. Come on. Click. And come on. Click. right. That goes here. Goes here. And then one goes up here. One goes here. One goes here. And then one goes here. All right. All right, so now I think we're actually getting started somewhere on the door. So now I'm gonna kind of keep on going. Gotcha. All right, so we're gonna make sure we have everything orientated properly. Put you right here. Put you right here. And then we're gonna block it all in. And here. Click. I'm going to use a couple of textured blocks. Bam. Bam. And flip. All right. So we're gonna take this, place that, and then we're gonna take one of these little minifig trophies and place that down. Okay. first things first. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense at the moment, but will make sense later on. So, the usual Lego-y things. That's that, and that all goes here. No, there's something else that goes down. There we go. There we go. But we're gonna call it there for tonight. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next stream. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.